going to talk about the resuspension of sediment and the effect that it will have on microfauna, on invertebrates in the shipyard in the Falmouth Harbour. What I'm trying to determine is the type of communities that will be found within the shipyard. Falmouth docks are really busy and always working, and I'd like to know if the propellers lifting up the sediment from the bottom affects the fauna. I suppose it will, but I think that the extent that it affects the fauna down there is rather minimal. I've been talking to the Falmouth Harbour commissioners to ask them for permission and access. I will be in touch with the A&P to gain access to the shipyard, and I probably will need to get in touch with the marine management organisation. My objective and my underlying rationale is to figure out whether the shipyard is causing any heavy disturbance of the seafloor, because the importance lies in that there are SSIs next by and the SACs, and therefore it could have an impact on them. However, I would hypothesize that it's quite minimal because the SACs and the SSI are healthy. Well, my main plan would be to get in touch with the external parties and ask them if I can have access to the shipyard, which I will quadrate I think the shipyard is about 300 meters, over 300 meters area. I will quadrate, and I will use a Valentine grab to sample the bottom. We'll need a boat, we'll need permission from the shipyard to get in, and I will use a grab called Bambini, which is 12 kilos, and it just takes samples of a half a meter cube of sediment. And from there I will sieve down the samples that I've collected. I should have 9 samples per day. I will sample every fortnight over a period of 2 months. From there, on the boat in situ, I will use the magnesium chloride to anesthetize. Yes, the organisms, and
so it's not it doesn't kill them.
Does it? No. Anesthetize.
Yeah, that's all. But you don't want to anesthetize them, you want to kill them.
I want to kill them. I think I will use a formalin solution later.
Straight to the formalin.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, nice one. And with this method, I've got a lot of background research about the methodology, mainly because I had to find out how to reach the bottom of things. And I think it's very straightforward. The only issues will be for me to get a boat and follow the protocol of the shipyard to ensure safety issues. I will also, because I will be digging at the bottom of a shipyard, there will be a lot of silt down there, and therefore I will be expecting to grab smelly and probably contaminated sediment, so I will need full gear to get there. Then back to the lab. The organisms that have been sieved from the mud will be weighted. I will dry them and then weight them, and this will allow me to calculate the biomass of each major Taxada families that I find down there. I'm expecting to find worms and bivalves, gastropods, and maybe fish, if you like it, crustaceans, but I don't think the size really big, really. It's just going to be all tiny bits and bobs. I've got variables going on for my methodology, and I think there are quite a few. I will have to record the depth at which I'm taking it. The whole experiment will be taken at low tide because it will be just easier to grab the sediment. The turbidity may be a factor, as well as the temperature, because I'm going to do this in January and February, and it's the cold season. And my last variable will be the maturity of the species. So I just don't know if they're going to be juveniles there, and I will have to decide whether I take the maturity of the organism into account.